While NASA's primary focus is on scientific research and discovery, some believe that the organization is hiding the existence of UFOs. While there are claims of footage showing strange objects appearing in NASA's livestream, it's important to note that these claims are unverified. In addition, NASA has stated that video feed interruptions are common. So let's dive into the video to know the real situation, and don't forget to subscribe for more such videos. Here we begin. There have been claims that NASA has deliberately cut live feeds of UFOs, but there is no evidence to support these claims. NASA has not released any official statement on this topic, and there is no credible evidence to suggest that the organization has ever cut a live feed of a UFO. NASA's mission is to drive advances in science, technology, aeronautics, and space exploration to increase knowledge and understanding of our home planet, the solar system, and the universe beyond. The organization's primary focus is scientific research and discovery, not UFOs or extraterrestrial life. It's important to note that many reported sightings of UFOs turn out to be explainable phenomena like aircraft, drones, or other known objects. NASA does not investigate UFOs or alien sightings, as it doesn't have the mandate or the capability to do so. So let's get into the details. So is NASA really trying to cover up a UFO sighting? NASA is being accused by space conspiracy theorists of cutting a live stream from the International Space Station just as an unidentified object comes into view. Theories started circulating on YouTube earlier this week after StreetCap1 posted a video of the stream on July 9th. A bright object is seen slowly falling into view in the clip before the screen flashes to indicate technical issues with the feed. While StreetCap1 points out that the object may not be alien life, the user observes that the feed stopping is unusual. This could very well be a meteor or something similar, StreetCap1 says in the caption. What was interesting was that the camera cut out when the UFO appeared to stop. The post does not explicitly state that the object in the video is an alien craft, but rather that it could be something less exciting, such as a meteor. Meanwhile, the video has been reposted several times, focusing on the suggestion that NASA intentionally shut down the feed and has something to hide. What the spokesperson said about cutting the live feed: NASA's eyes are increasingly spread across the solar system, whether on Mars, above our heads in orbit, or around Jupiter as of this week. So it's not surprising that every few months, word spreads on the internet that one of NASA's eyes has captured a UFO or evidence of alien life. The most recent reported sighting comes from NASA's High-Definition Earth Viewing or HDEV experiment aboard the International Space Station. So what exactly is NASA concealing? NASA spokesman Daniel Huot said the live feed was not intentionally cut. According to Huot, cameras on the International Space Station are controlled automatically. The video uploaded on YouTube is from our HDEV experiment aboard the ISS, which is mounted externally on the ISS. NASA spokesperson Daniel Huot explained via email. Several commercial HD video cameras aimed at the Earth are enclosed in a pressurized, temperature-controlled housing for this experiment. The experiment uses automatic controls that cycle through the different cameras. In other words, no one is actually monitoring the feed of HDEV, launched in 2014, to quickly cut it when UFOs appear in the frame. In fact, the feed appears to freeze before cutting to a technical difficulties card, which has a much more mundane technical explanation. The station frequently passes out of range of the tracking and data relay satellites, or TDRS, that the station uses to send and receive video, voice, and telemetry, Huot explained. In terms of video, whenever we lose signal, video drops at our higher bandwidth known as KU. The cameras will display a blue screen indicating no signal or a pre-programmed video slate. People on social media, however, are skeptical of NASA's claim that the feed was not intentionally cut, while others simply want to see the aliens NASA may or may not be aware of. Others speculated in the YouTube comment section that the object could be a space junk. You can see this happen quite frequently for yourself. If you spend enough time watching the live feed on any of NASA's apps, Ustream channels, or other platforms, it'll eventually drop out. But whether you think losing the feed with a strange object in the frame was convenient, the question remains, what was that thing? In terms of the object, it's very common for things like the moon, space debris, reflections from station windows, the spacecraft structure itself, or Earth lights to appear as artifacts in photos and videos from the orbiting laboratory, Huot explained. NASA has a penchant for heaping disappointment upon disappointment. Just as we were coming to terms with the fact that the Mars Curiosity rover did not photograph an alien woman of the red planet, there's always a chance that Juno will come across a Jovian sea monster. Is it space junk? How will space junk show up on camera? Yes, space above our planet is becoming increasingly and concerningly crowded with satellites and space junk. It's just that humans and the things we create are insignificant in comparison to the vastness of our planet. Approximately 4,256 human-made satellites are orbiting the Earth, approximately 1,149 of which are still operational. Most of these are small, ranging from tiny CubeSats that are only 4 inches on each side to communication satellites that can be more than 100 feet long. When you consider that the Earth is 7,917.5 miles across, that is still quite small. Even our space station is insignificant in comparison to our planet. The International Space Station, or ISS, is the largest human-made object orbiting the Earth, measuring 357 feet end to end. Yet, even that is insufficient to register on Earth-observing instruments like the DS cover satellite's EPIC camera, which takes absolutely stunning images of the Earth from a million miles away. EPIC's lead scientist, Jay Herman, claims that the smallest object EPIC's camera can detect are 8 to 10 kilometers wide. At that distance, the ISS would barely register as a blip on the map of the Earth. Satellites with higher resolutions and closer vantage points are also out of luck. The MODIS instrument, or Moderate Resolution Imaging Spectroradiometer, is carried by NASA's Terra and Aqua satellites, which operates only about 440 miles above the Earth's surface. Even so, it's all a matter of perspective and position. Satellites are designed to avoid colliding with one another, so their paths rarely cross, and many of them operate at different altitudes. For example, the International Space Station orbits at about 250 miles, whereas other satellites orbit much closer to Earth or much further away. Even if it appears invisible in wide-angle images of Earth, space junk is a highly visible problem to people involved in spaceflight. Infographics depict how congested the space around our planet has become. Many pieces of space junk are small, ranging from paint chips to baseball-sized fragments of debris that were once part of Chinese, Russian, or American satellites. These pieces would not be visible in images, but they have the potential to cause serious problems in space. However, seeing is believing for many people. There is one method for detecting the inhabitants of Earth's orbit that did not involve radar tracking, satellites, or photographs. Simply step outside on a clear night with little moonlight, find a location with little light pollution, and gaze up at the stars. Once you've adjusted your vision, you should be able to see small pinpricks of light moving steadily across the sky, smaller and more steadily than an airplane. These are just a few of the hundreds of satellites, large and low enough to be seen from Earth. While the majority of the objects floating around our planet are far too small to be seen with the naked eye, enough large satellites are orbiting the Earth that you should be able to spot a few. All you need to do is look it up. What do you think of NASA ending up with a live feed? Was it to hide something, or were they the space debris? Comment your views below and subscribe for more.